Good morning. We are from Group 12 and our group assignment project is disk storage allocation.
And the next is I would like to present about the problem background, which is efficient disk storage management is challenging as a file size grow. This project simplifies tasks like uh, which is consists of three main points, which is calculating total files and the elaboration of the calculating total files is when managing multiple files or data sets. It's crucial to know the combined size to ensure they fit on disk or not. And the second one is determining disk space needed, which is to prevent errors or inefficiency. It's important to know how much disk space is required for storing files. And the third one is performing size conversations, and its elaboration is file. And the second one is I would like to present about the scope of the project, which is it's consists of main points, and I would like to talk about the features, user-friendly manual-driven system to calculate total file size, which is the description is allow users to input a list of size in various units, as an example, kilobyte, MB or GB, and the computer in their total size. And how it works, the user enter file size along with their respective units. As an example, file 1 500 KB, and the second file might be 2 MB, and third file will be 1 GB, and the total size will be 500. And the second point is compute remaining disk space, which is determine how much disk space is left after storing a set of files. And user inputs the total disk capacity and the list of file size. The system subtract the total file size from the available disk space. As an example, the disk space is 50 GB, and the file total size is 45 GB, and the output remaining space is 50. And the third one is I would like to explain about determine the number of disks required, which is calculate the number of storages disk needed to store file when the size exceeds capacity of single disk. And the user will input the total file of the capacity on one disk. And the fourth one is convert file size, which is convert the file size between kilobytes, megabytes, and gigabytes for standardization or reporting purpose.
Hi, my name is Rukendran, and I'm going to start with introduction to the system. So, in this program, we did use C programming language, which is we are learning sheet. Nice is for programming. Already design a separate function for each task. Menu driven interface for users on two safe. So basically, the first task. So this function will be more easier to be quick. Output safe expression is steady. Is rather then the output is saved as a file. Using desktop or single system. And next is key feature. There are three features. Menu and file functions. File IO integration and clear subject coding for maintainability.
Hi, I'm so, the two projects is the best project. This one is sorry, but the thing is, so it starts okay. And then so to calculate that, we need double file sizes. File sizes like 16 GB, all these things. and number of files. And double total is total is understood. And then followed by for in I zero that can for the next say 35 say for first so it will ask me it will go fast that is very difficult. Then if we go to one for final two then then go to since I have three friends think about what it was so it's right now we have the total five changes and then it's a total five next the total five handles set 34 changes total is 30. So just working on top of this. So the next is calculate the for estimate for to input. So let's say we have about three slides. So it so it asks for the next storage files. And then it get a storage. So let's say we have a three files. Then we storage will take place. Let's say it's charge for it. Just like it. So waiting for so in seal exercise one in since let's see total size first size is about 41 and this half is 70% to this extent. So total size is about so 25 is to start so we can create this and then actually we can we have double calculate the remaining size, the remaining this one, and then it will also calculate, and then this size when it's use space. So the function called is calculate remaining space, and then it will calculate based on the disk size, and then it will the disk size that is the formula disk size when it use space, and then it will return back the number of remaining spaces. Next is the flowchart. The flowchart begins with next is the flowchart for of the whole project. So first we start. After we start, it will when we run the program, it will display all the five choices. So we have choice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Display all five choices, and then we have to enter what choice that we did. Depends on what choice we enter. So if you enter choice one, it will ask for enter number of files that we need, and then and we have to enter the size for each files, and then display the total file sizes. If we did not select choice one, it will go for choice two. Choice two is you have to enter this size and the used space in GB, and then it will calculate the remaining this space, which is this space minus used space. Let's say we have the disk space 50 GB, and then the used space of the disk is about 40 GB. So the remaining space will be 10 GB, and then it display the remaining space. And then we go for if not choice two, we go for choice three. If yes, choice three, it will enter number of files sorry number of for files and the size of files, and then it will display total file sizes. Like just let's say we have like 3 files and then the file sizes there. Each files it's its own file size, and then it will display total file sizes.
Then we have choice 4. Choice 4 is to convert the file sizes from MB to GB or GB to KB or KB to GB. So that those are the file sizes. Let's say we enter the unit we need. Let's say the unit of the file is 2 GB and we want to change it to uh, convert it to MB. So first we enter the unit of the file size, which is 2 GB, and then we have to put a target unit. Target unit maybe it can be MB, KB, depends on us. So let's say we put MB, and then we have to check if it is KB to MB. Let's say we convert KB to MB, it will convert based on the formula given, which is size divided by 1024. The size entered over with 1 divided by 1024, and then it will display the converted value in MB. Let's say if it is KB to GB, it will convert the size based on size divided by 1024 times with 1024. Times the 1024 twice to convert KB to GB, and then you display the file size in GB. And then we have check with MB to KB, and then we convert the file size from size times with 1024. And then you display the value. And then the same goes for MB to GB. We convert size over 1024 and display the converter size in GB. And then we have check if GB to KB. We have convert the size times 1024 times 1024. We times the size times 1024 and then times 1024 and then display the size in KB. And then if GB to MB is convert equals to size times 1024 and then display the size. If you do not select any of these, let's say you decided you select GB, KB, or MB. Let's say you put some wrong input, it will display invalid input and it will ask you to select back. And each time the display value comes in, this goes in a loop. Each time, no matter you select choice 1, 2, 3, or 4, it will always go back for a loop. Let's say it's completed its calculation. Let's say you select choice 3. It has calculated the file sizes. It will go back to the loop with the menu again. The menu will be back in the output again with choice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to be back there again until we press exit. Until we press choice 5, is exit.
And the next is I would like to explain about the C program of our group assignment, which is this assignment consists of 3 library, which is it's mandatory to calculate the all disk space and disk management of our group assignment. And I would like to explain about each and every line which is in our C program, which is the 6th line is double calculate underscore total size, which is the calculated total size of the disk might be on a double, which is double is here we can see that it's a decimal, which is it could be on 12.5. so that's the reason why we are putting double size. So the output to indicate the output we are putting double, and the integer number file it's the integer. And the line 7 double calculate remaining space, which is same also as the previous one, which is double disk size, which is it also might be on a decimal point. So that's the reason why we are putting double here. And use space also same as a decimal point. And we are looking at line 8, which is integer calculate disk needed, which is double total size, which is it's also same. And double disk size also might be on a decimal point. So that's the reason why we are putting the variable which is double over there. And for the line 9 double convert file size, which is the output might be on a double size. And the char unit, which is to indicate the unit of the disk, which is might be on a kilobyte, megabyte, and so on. And line 11 it's integer int main, and it's starting from integer choice num files I, and disk size and use space total size 0. And we can see here it's coming from file f out, which is the file f out is referring to assignment result text, which is from the output that we are having, the file name is assignment result txt, which is it successfully returns the pointer to a file object representing to the open file. And after that we can see that f out, which is the error could not open the assignment result text for writing, which is written one, which is the purpose here. It checks if the file was successfully open or not. So if the condition of the f out is equal to null, is if open, fail, it means if the file couldn't be not open. And the error message prints an error message to inform the user of the issue. And we can see that f close, f out, the purpose of this because to show the file that open with f open, and it's important to resource associate with the file and ensure data written file is probably saved and flushed. And next I would like to explain about our C programming, which is the programming, and this program consists of 3 libraries, which is mandatory to calculate the disk space and management of the storage allocation, which is our project. And I would like to explain about the line 6, which is we can see here double calculate total size, which is double file size, and int num file, which is double file size. It's referring to a decimal point, which is it might be on a 12.5, so it might be on a decimal point, so that's the reason why we are putting double size. And line 7 indicating double calculate remaining space, double disk size, and double used space, which is it's also same as previous one. The calculated remaining space might be on a double disk size, which is on the decimal point also, and used space also same, it might be on a decimal point. And line 8 here, it's int calculate disk size needed, which is it's indicating here we can see that double total size, which is that one. It's clearly we can see that double total size and double disk size. And line 9 double convert file size, it might be on a double size, which is a decimal point. And at the same time we can see here char unit, which is we are putting char unit here because of we can tell that the variable of char here, which is to see to define the number and the unit of a file, which is on a kilobyte, megabyte, and so on. And after that we can see that int main, which is the programming starting here, which is from int choice num files I, and double disk size and use space total size equal to 0, and double size file size 100. We can see that file f out, which is we can see that file f out here, it's null, which is file out null, which is error could not open assignment result text for writing. It's like the purpose of this, it checks the file was successfully opened. And the condition here is f out equals to 0, which is if open fail, it means the file could not be opened. And it might be an error message will be appear, which is to inform the user which is there is an issue. And after that we can see that f close and f out, which is the purpose of this, that close file that was opened with f open, and it's important to resource associate file with the file. And after that we can see that we are putting do while on our programming, which is we got five menu, which is printf calculate total file size, and second one will be calculate remaining disk space, and third one will be calculate number of disk needed, and the fourth one will be convert file size kilobyte, megabyte, and gigabyte, and the last one is exit, which is it's associated with another upcoming programming, which is on another slide, which is if the user is accidentally pressed option 7, which is it will be looped back to the menu, which is because we already declare which is the programming, and it will be respond to the 5 numbers only, which is if the user accidentally press any other, it will be looped back to the menu.
Hi, my name is Vinosh. So I'm here to explain about the coding, the choice 1. So on the line 35, we have print enter the number of files. So basically, we need to enter the number of files there. So below that, we can see the scanf %d. So whatever we put the enter the number of file up there will store down there, which is scanf %d. So below that, on line 37, we can see that I is equal to 0, I less than number files, and I plus plus. So starting with I is equal to 0 is actually a starting point where we if you want to explain more clearly, we can say process the first number. So when we after we run the coding, the first it will ask for the first file number. So that's the function of the I is equal to 0. So secondly, we can see is I less than number of files. So I is lesser than number of file is as long I is less than number of files, the loop will continue. If it let's say after we run the coding, if we put 1, 2, 3, after we complete the 3, the thing will end. So the next thing will be I plus plus. So for the I plus plus is to make the loop go on until reach 3 files. So when we run the code, when we run the coding, then they will ask need to value 3 different files. If first it will ask for file number 1, we need to put one input number, and then ask for second, we need to put second input number, and lastly ask for 3. After you input the third number, the file will loop, the thing will end there, like it will loop back. Okay, so we move on to choice 2. So choice 2, we have like we saw in the choice 1, printf. We need to enter disk size in GB, and then after that scanf percentage if. The thing will store whatever we put there up there, like enter disk size in GB. Scanf will store the point there. After that, the process continue again. Printf enter use space in GB. Scanf percentage to store the thing whatever you put at the printf there. So in this for second choice, we introduce double. So double, we use double because double can store more decimal numbers, so it's easier to use. After that, we can see fprintf. So fprintf is basically output will be saved in file output as total file size to %d files. So it's basically when you after you've completed your coding, at the end there the output name will be there, like output name you can see there says, like for example, total file size 4, like below that you can see the coding on. Thank you.
So for choice 3, we will calculate the number of disks needed. So firstly is printf. So when you printf, it will display the word that is said. Firstly, we need to calculate total files, total file size. So this will be displayed in the output when we run the coding. When we run the coding and we press choice 3, firstly we need to calculate total file size. This will be printed on the output there. And then the next will be when we enter the number of file size. Let's say we have 3 file sizes. So let's say we have like 3 files, right? So it will ask for enter number of files. So it will print enter number of files. So we enter, maybe let's say we have 3 files. So when we press 3 files, it will save the number of files first. That is scanf %d. This will save the number of files, and since it is number of files, so we have the n number of files there. And then it will, actually we press 3 files, right? So when we press okay, enter number of files, we press 3 files, and then it will save. So since we have 3 files, since we have 3 files, so it will loop I less the number of files. You see there for I equals 0. I equals 0, and then that means I equals 0. So it will ask for enter file size for file number 1. Yes, so that will be I equals 0. Then when it goes to I equals to 1, it will ask for enter size of file for file number 2. So when it goes to I equals to 2, it will ask for enter size of file for file number 3. So that's how it goes. That is how it goes, and it will only stop until 3, because why? We only have 3 number of files. So as long I is less the number of files, number of files is 3. So it will go I equals to 1, and then it go I equals to 2. So we have 0, 1, 2. So you have 3. So that's all. So when it is 3, it will automatically save all those files, and it will go for the next coding, which is total size. Total size will be calculated. So calculate underscore total underscore size is the function call. So to get this, to calculate total size, we need file sizes and number of files. So the file size, let's say there's not be input 3 number of files, right? So let's say first size file will be 12 GB, next one will be 12.1 GB, another one will be 22.2 GB, and then number of files are 3. So to calculate, and it will show us what the total number of size file, and it will display that. That's the printf there. The printf there is total file size %2f, and it will show us in GB form, in the format of GB, because we input in GB form also. And then we will enter the disk size. It will ask printf enter disk size in GB. That means it will ask for the disk size. So let's say our disk size is 10 GB. Okay, so it will store this. It will store the 10 GB. It will store and keep the disk size 10 GB, and then it will calculate number of disk needed. That is the calculate disk needed. That is another function called the calculate disk needed. That's a function call. And to calculate disk needed, we need total size. That's time we calculate, right? 12 GB plus 12.1 GB plus 22.2 GB. So total size and the disk size. Disk size does not be entered. Disk size, maybe let's say the one disk size is 10 GB. So it will calculate, and then it will number of disk needed, and then it will calculate this in a form in its function definition. My teammate will actually explain about function definition later on. So its function definition is there on how to calculate the number of disk needed. Based on the total size we calculate earlier and the disk size we input earlier. So it will calculate number of disk needed, and then it will show it down there. Number of disk needed. It will show number of disk needed is how much. It will show down there. That is a printf. Printf number of disk needed. That is in %d, and it will show okay number of disk needed. Maybe let's say okay number of disk needed 2. So it will show that. So number of disk needed 2. It will show that. That is a printf there. And then this output will be saved in the file output. That is the fprintf. Fprintf is where it will save this output in the file output. So it will save. It will be written in the file output that will be saved under assignment.result. Yes, assignment result.txt. This is assignment result text document. It will be saved in our laptop. So that file will be saved in that particular output will be saved in that file output that will be saved in our laptop under the name of assignment result in the form of text document. So it will be saved as total file size, and then the number of file size. Let's say we have 12.1 plus 12 GB plus 22.2 GB, that total file size, and the disk size. Let's say disk size is how many GB? Let's say it's 10 GB, right? So it will show that also, and it will also show how many disks needed. Let's say 2 disk or 3 disk, maybe 2 disk of 10 GB disk, 3 disk of 10 GB. So yeah, it will show that. So that is about choice 3.
Hi, my name is Li Kanxin. I will go next option 4. This section of the code allows users to convert file size between KB, MB, and GB. First, declare the variable which have input unit and target unit. In character data type, both variables will store 3 elements. The variable of our data type is size. Since we need to get a precision value, solver is able to store and display more decimal places. Next, we will display enter the unit of the file KB, MB, and GB to the user and receive the data as input unit. We use the %s for receive the character we use %s when need to store more than one character. Next, we will display enter file size in %s to user. The %s means that we need substitute back the input unit from the user. Okay. Scan F. So we receive the input the file size as a size variable. We use %lf to match the data type double. Next, we will go on. We will display enter the target unit KB, MB, and GB. So as the same, we will save as target unit and %s is used for the save more than one character. As you can see, we don't have for the character variable, we don't now have an symbol because input unit is an array that already represent its memory address. The next will be declare the converter size in double data type. Now we use if else statement that compare string using strcmp, which is string compare. Now we compare the input unit from the user is the same as KB or not. If input unit same as KB means that equal to 0, then you will compare the target unit. If target unit same as MB means that equal to 0 also, and you will do the calculation converter size equal to size over 1024, means that it convert the KB to MB for this calculation. If else if compare the target, if the target unit same as GB, we will do the calculation for size divided by 1024 times 1024. This formula is to get the KB to GB. Else, it will be the same and it will display back the size. At the end, the result is displayed using printf and also return to the output file using fprintf. This ensures that the converted file size is not only displayed on the screen but also saved for reference. If the choice is equal to 5 from the user input, the program prints a message and logs it into assignment result.txt before terminating. The fprint function ensures that the message is written to the output file before the program stops. If the user enters an invalid choice, a number other than 1 to 5, the program displays an error message. In the line 119 is the function do while. When the variable choice is not equal to 5, it will be loop the main function again. This prevents unexpected behavior and keeps the menu system functional. At the end of the program, the file assignment result.txt is closed using fclose. The fclose function is crucial because it ensures that all the data returned to the file is properly saved. If the program ends without closing the file, there is a risk that some data might not be saved correctly. The return 0 statement indicates that the program has executed successfully without error.
Next, I'm going to explain about function definition. The first function is calculate the total size. This function calculates the total size of a given set of files. File sizes holds the files of individual files. Num files specify the total number of files in the array. A variable total is initialized 0. Once the loop completes, the total size is returned. The next function is calculate remaining space. This function computes the remaining available space on the disk. This size is total size of the disk. use space already used on the disk. The use space is subtracted from the disk size. The result is written as the remaining space. The third function is calculate disk needed. This function calculates the number of disks required to store a given total size of files. Total size is the total size of all files. Disk files the size of one disk. The total size is divided by disk size to determine how many disks are needed. The CIL functions round up to the next integer if there is a fractional part, ensuring that enough disks are allocated. The result is cast to an integer and returned. Next, I am going to talk about results. So, as for the first choice, calculate total file size. Enter your choice. 1. Enter the number of files 3. So the user will give three size file. Then it's calculate the total file size, which is 19.3 × 5 GB. For the second choice, which is calculate remaining disk space. So enter your choice, which is to calculate remaining disk space. So enter disk size in GB, which is 40 GB. Enter use space in GB, 14.6. So the remaining space is 25.40 GB.
So the output for choice 3 is this storage location. So it will actually pop out the menu lah. The menu will be there, and then we press enter choice 3, and then firstly, like I said in the previous when I was explaining the coding, firstly we need to in the coding it shows printf. Firstly we need to calculate total file size, so that comes out in the output when we press choice 3. So firstly we need to calculate total file size, and then printf enter the number of files. So it comes out in the output also. Enter number of files. So we have 4 files, and then each file will be there. So enter size of file 1 in GB. So enter size file 2 in GB. Enter size of file 3 in GB. Enter size of file 4 in GB. So these are the enter size of file 1 in GB is I equals to 0. Enter size of file 2 in GB is I equals to 1. Enter size of file 3 in GB is I equals to 2. Enter size of file 4 in GB is I equals to 3. So as in the coding, I less than number of files. So we have 4 files, and when those I reached the limit, the number of files is 4, that's all. It is not going to go anymore. It's not going to go I++ anymore already. It's not going to go I+1, I++, nothing's going to happen anymore. So it executes the next part, which is calculate total file size. So the function call will go to the function definition to get the calculation method, and will calculate total file size, and then it will ask us next is to enter disk size in GB. Ask us to enter the disk size in GB. So let's say our disk size is 10 GB. So we put in 10 GB. Okay, and then like previously calculated, total file size is 30.76 GB. So how many disks we need? So 4 disks. So that's how it calculates. So we need 4 disks of 10 GB to store 30.76 GB of files. So that is that is the output of choice 3.
Next will be the option 4 output. When the user input the unit of the file is MB, file size in MB is 200, the target unit will be KB. Then we do calculation and get the converted size into 104,800 KB. For the next will be the unit of file is MB. Want to change to GB, and the file size in MB will be the 560. Then the converted size will be 0.55 GB. You may the conversion is flexible. You may convert other also, but we won't display all.
As we can see here, as previously as I told, the menu is 5, and the user has accidentally pressed any other number expect the 5, which is as an example we can see here 8. So it will be getting a message invalid choice. So it will be pop up the new menu, which is the previous menu, which is the 5 menu, to loop back and to press the numbers from 1 to 5.
Hi, I'm here to talk about a save file output. So here, this save file output, this is the file output that is saved in the laptop under the name of assignment result in document form. So whatever the thing is it will be saved there. So whatever we type out in the output, a file output will be opened through the coding like f_out, and the output will be written in the output file created. So thank you.
And the next one is the conclusion. And the conclusion of disk storage allocation system is efficient and user friendly, which is the disk storage allocation system is designed to optimize how disk space is utilized and ensuring minimal waste and effective storage management. And it's a user-friendly interface and clear operational workflow, make it accessible to both novice and experienced users, simplify complex storage tasks. And the second one is designed with good coding practice, which is the system follows best practice in software development, such as modular design, clear documentation, and proper error handling. This ensures maintainability, scalability, and robustness. And the third one is a valuable tool for real-world disk storage management, which is the system practical features make it highly applicable to real-world scenarios such as managing storage for serious personal computer or cloud platform. It addresses common challenges like fragmentation and allocation efficiency, providing solutions that enhance reliability and overall data management. That's all from us. Thank you.